Yes, guys, walk and talk with me, episode 4. We keep it moving and we keep improving. Today, we're going to give some harsh advice about fat loss, but nobody wants to hear. So if you're sensitive, this video is not for you. But if you want to make a change in your life, lock in, listen from start to finish. So I've written a list here of harsh things that I went through in my life and what reflects on other people regarding fat loss. Let's go. I hope you've all had a good weekend. It's Monday. I've not long come back from the gym. I've trained shoulders, I've done core, and I'm doing a bit of steps now. I've done a bit of cardio in the gym too, on a treadmill, about 20 minutes, incline 8, speed about 3. And now it's walk and talk with me, episode 4. Let's get into it. So, the first one I'll go into, which people always hate to hear, you can't out-train a bad diet. So, I don't care if you're doing HIIT classes every day, I don't care if you do karate, I don't care if you do boxercise, I don't care if you're doing a PB every day in the gym while you're weightlifting. If your regime outside the gym is not aligning with your activities, you will constantly look the same, you will not drop any fat, your body composition will not change no matter how hard you try to out-train your bad habits. I was a victim of this as well. I was training really hard, I was still trying to drink alcohol, eat loads of biscuits, still eat a lot of refined carbohydrates, fried food, but you can't out-train a bad, unhealthy lifestyle, people. You have to wake up one day and make the change, and you've got to transition from eating really bad to getting to 80% to 90% eating healthy, and that last little 20 and 10% can be your treats, your alcohol, your little binge or whatever, to keep that balance in your lifestyle. Eating clean all year round is not sustainable. You can't just eat certain foods all year round. I don't even like the word clean, because when you start thinking about eating a biscuit, you start feeling bad and feeling horrible about it. So just get that balance where you're eating constantly healthy with a hint of naughtiness inside it. So people, you cannot out-train a bad diet. You need a balance in your life all around. Facts, not attacks. The next one, I've got a big list that I'm going to pick out the list. This one, people, this one's going to hurt a bit, but you're too sensitive. I have to use this word. You're acting like pussies, people. Don't be pussies. This goes to females and males. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if you've got a friend, I don't mean a bad mind friend or a hater friend. We've all got a close friend that we can confide in and talk to about real shit. So if you've got a friend that sits down with you and goes, listen babe, or listen mate, you know what, I've known you for a while, I think you're putting a bit of weight, you're looking a bit watery, a bit puffy. If you get sensitive and get upset about that, you already know that you need to do something about your weight. This is why you have to have these conversations, uncomfortable ones, with yourself before people tell you first. So if someone comes up to me and goes, Dan, you look a bit overweight, you know, flipping out what you've been doing, I already know and spoke to myself and I'm dealing with the problem straight away. You know what I mean? I dealt with my problem from last year before people approach me and goes, Dan, you look a bit overweight. I knew I was overweight. You've got to know when you're going south or going the wrong direction in life with certain things. So if you're too sensitive and get upset and close all the doors around you, like I don't want to talk to you, and fall out with people that are close to you, that I just talk to on a level, you got to man up, and females, you got to woman up and take a bit of accountability. And that friend is being nice to you, not being horrible. We know someone's been horrible, and we know someone's being nice and genuine. So don't be too sensitive when someone close to you says, you know what, you look, you're putting a bit of weight, you need to change. You should know that yourself anyway, and by you being upset and moaning about it, you already deep down know. So like I said, if someone approached me and said to me, then you're a bit overweight, I wouldn't get upset because I'm already dealing with it and I already know deep down, I know I'm overweight, which I've said on this YouTube channel from last year. I was 3.5 stone overweight. I was nearly 20 stone. I was absolutely a rascal. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you admit to it to yourself first. When people criticize you outside, don't be upset about it. That's the next one. But this is all facts, people, and not attacks and things that I've gone through in my life as well. So I'm just making you understand. I'm not just pointing these facts out and what I'm saying just randomly. All these things I'm saying is based on when I went through it myself when I first went for my first transition back in 2008. So don't be sensitive, people. Man up, woman up. I'm picking these randomly. And the next one, people, I don't care how many YouTube videos you watch. I don't care how many videos you watch of me. Motivation will fade. Motivation doesn't last. We can all get hyped up for a couple of days. We can get hyped up for a few hours. But that motivation will fade, people. You've got to kind of get rid of the motivation. You've got to get rid of the demons. And even the days you don't feel like it, and you want to sit down and lounge around, you have to go to the gym. You have to get them steps in. You have to stick to the plan. You know what I mean? You've got to make these life choices and sacrifices now to look greater and better in life. You know what I mean? You've got to start thinking long term. When you're doing this, it's not just for a quick fix, for 3-4 weeks looking good and feeling good. Everything you're doing today will benefit you in 10, 20, 30 years. So motivation will fade, people. You've got to start thinking about, you know what, I want a better engine in 20 years. I want to carry my shopping at the supermarket myself when I'm 70. I want to pick up my hodl on a plane without asking someone, an air hostess, to do it for me. I can put it over my head and put it on. Put my carry-on on. Do you know what I mean? You want to be constantly improving every day without motivation. I'm not saying don't watch YouTube. I'm not saying don't get pumped up before a session. I'm not saying don't listen to your favorite playlist. I'm just saying motivation will fade from day in, day out. You could have an argument with your partner. Just because you have an argument, you can't just go, I'm not in the mood, I'm not going today, I'm pissed off. You've got to kind of break them barriers. I've never regretted going for a walk or going to the gym. So I could be in a bad mood before the gym, but I always feel better when I leave. I could not feel like walking, but I always feel happier and better that I've done it after the walk. You never regret walking, exercise, or going to the gym. So just get that mindset where you just gotta go. It's part of your plan, it's part of your lifestyle, it needs to be done. Next one, people. Let me have a scroll through. This one's going to be a harsh one, but it's facts as well. And a lot of people will probably come at me for this one. The majority of people, this don't kind of work to, but it does to a degree. If you're overweight, it's inevitable that your kids are going to be overweight as well. It's facts. And if you care about your kids and you care about your health, you want to change your habits to better your kids' future and life as well. If you're a person at home that's just eating popcorn in the city, chilling, watching Netflix all day, it's inevitable. The same things that you're doing, your kids are going to be doing as well. So start doing activities, start doing a bit of MMA, a bit of boxing, a class with your kids, go to your kids' sports day, run with them, go to their football matches, be active in the park. If you're sedentary and not active, it's inevitable your kids will be too. And we live in times now, I'm from the 80s, so us as kids when we was growing up, it was natural. Kids was on the streets all the time, playing football, running around. So it was different times then. But now, kids are more on PlayStations, on their iPad, on their phones. So you need to be out there more with your kids in this day and age now. It's way different to the 90s to how it is now. So if you're an overweight parent, it's inevitable your kids are going to be as well. So start thinking like that as well. Or if you plan to have kids and you're overweight, start thinking about how you look and how you want to become. You want to be healthier and fitter for your kids. You don't want your kids running circles around you and you're panting around the house or running around your island and you can't catch them. I'm just saying, so it's facts again and it's not no attacks. You know what I mean? But 9 times out of 10, your kids will pick up the habits from their parents. So if you want your kids to be healthy, your kitchen has to be healthy, your lifestyle has to be healthy as well. And this is facts, not attacks. Man like Chris Jones, I got that from Chris Jones, the guy. Next one. I've had many people I've spoke to that will blame coaches, that will blame personal trainers, blame mentors, blame advice they've got off YouTube, what they've got off Google. And listen, no one can change your physique and change your lifestyle and your habits but yourself. I can guide you on the path, but you've got to walk the path. It's as simple as that, people. There's no one to blame. Do you know what I mean? You've got to take some accountability for yourself. You're your own case study. No personal trainer or coach or mentor knows what you eat 24/7. They know what you do 24/7. You can say whatever you want to your coach, that you've trained really hard today, you've ate this today, you've been on point. But if your body composition and how you live without them seeing is not matching, it's inevitable that you've got to take accountability. I can't force what goes in your mouth when I don't see you. I can't force what you do in the gym when I don't see you. I'm here for accountability. This video is to guide you how to get in shape. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm guiding you. You've got to take accountability and go on that path yourself. So people, there's no one to blame. I've had people I've known that have had 3-4 coaches, have boxing coaches, MMA coaches. They've had about 7 diet plans. They've listened to about 7-8 people's advice. But the thing is, you will never know how your body will respond to certain foods, to certain training regimes. So you get up and start getting active and understanding your body and what your body does. I said this many a times on loads of videos. You can't just go to a coach or a personal trainer with no data. You've got to understand what foods are good for you, what proteins you like, what carbohydrates settle the best in your body, how much water you're taking in, what days are you more active. You know what I mean? Are you sedentary? Are you active? What sort of job do you do? Is it a desk job? Is it an active job? Do you work on a building site? All these things, all this data, you need to throw at your coach when you finally meet them. You can't just meet a coach. They ask you what you've been eating and you just say, oh, I have this that day. Do you train? Oh, some days. What's your personal best? Oh, I don't know. How many hours you sleep? I don't know. You've got to have you've got to build up data. What you're allergic to, what does your body tolerate? The more data you have on your body, the easier it is for your coach and you to work together. Don't go to your coach blind with no sort of knowledge at all. I'm not saying you have to know it all, but just know a slight bit to help the coach. The next one, people. Which one shall I do? I'll do this one. Sacrifice, people. When I first started in 2008, I spoke to a lot of people and I knew the answer before I asked. And I always just say to people, oh, can I still eat chocolate? Can I still have this food? I was so focused on the foods that I knew were naughtier than getting healthier. So you've got to change your mindset and you've got to sacrifice at the beginning, people. You have to sacrifice. Like, you can't, if you're 3, 4, 5, 6 stone overweight, you have to take sacrifice. The less weight you need to lose, the less sacrifice you need to do. It's as simple as that. And like I said to you before on other videos, I was 3.5 stone overweight. I don't want to ever put myself at the age I'm at now, putting on so much weight to work it back off. The most I will fluctuate through a year is probably 7 pounds, maybe 12 pounds, maybe a stone, and a stone I will be pissed off with. So what I'm saying is, if you're really overweight at the beginning, you have to let go certain foods. It's inevitable. I'm not saying you can't implement them back in over time, but at the beginning, forget about cheat meals. Stop asking different people about chocolate and can I have flipping a bagel, can I have popcorn still? Forget all that alcohol. You've got to really be serious about your body and your future. And if you are really serious about your body and your future, you will not be thinking about chocolates and asking every coach or every person you meet, don't need to cut out chocolate, I've got to cut out this. Start thinking about the food you need to bring into your lifestyle, what you will enjoy for the rest of your life. And then, subconsciously as well, when you do get into this new lifestyle, there's certain things that you used to eat, you used to love, you won't eat as much. I was a person, I used to love a fish and chips, curry sauce. That was one of my favourite go-tos as a kid. I used to eat Savaloys as a kid. Don't eat Savaloys and that now, but as a kid, I used to bang down the Savaloys. As my body changed, and I knew my body was changed, I remember my first ever lifestyle change I'd done with food, and I was really craving a fish and chips. No, sorry, I had a steak and kidney pie and chips. I was really craving it, and I bought one. I had loads of tomato sauce on it, and I remember I had about 3-4 handfuls of chips, had a scoop of the steak and kidney pie, and within 5 minutes I vomited, and my body was reacting to it like saying, what the frig are you doing to your body? Your body doesn't eat this shit no more. So naturally, when you change your lifestyle, your body will reject certain foods, and that's a good thing. Try and change your lifestyle and stay completely focused for at least 30 days. Then try the chocolates, try the bagels, try the popcorns, try the biscuits, and I guarantee your body will respond, and you'll be shocked because your body won't want you to have them foods anymore. Christmas just gone, had Baileys, I had carrot cake, I was eating fried dumplings, I was enjoying it, but my body felt like shit. I felt like I was going through depression. I had to walk it off. And like I said, I enjoyed it, but my body was not enjoying it. My mind was, but my body wasn't. So naturally, the healthier you get, the more active you get, your body will reject the refined carbohydrates, the sugary foods. It will reject it anyway. So stop focusing on what you can't eat and start thinking about what you should be eating, and then try them things 30-40 days after and see how you feel. What else should I go into? And this is another one, people, which I kind of knew about anyway, but I'm gonna say it anyway. This especially goes to, actually this goes to females and males, but muscle is more important than you think. A lot of people that start off on this journey of fat loss and getting into shape always hear, especially females, say this: I don't want to look like them other men, I don't want to look like certain girls. People need to understand, building muscle and getting to a certain physique takes years. No disrespect to nobody. You're not going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in 3, 4, 5 years. You're not going to look like Phil Heath in 3, 4, 5 years. You will never ever look like Ronnie Coleman. So start picking up a bit of weight to get a better body composition. Because if you don't, and you just talk about toning and I want to jog every day, I want to do loads of cardio every day, all you're going to do is shrink the shape that you've already got. There'll be no definition. You still look watery, you still look puffy, but just a smaller version. You have to build up muscle. You need muscle. Muscle is the most valuable tissue in the human body. It carries us, it gets us out of bed, it keeps us moving. It's doing what it's helping me do what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? We need muscle, and the older we get, the more muscle we lose per year. So if you're a person that's never trained before, start hitting those weights and start building and maintaining some muscle. I'm 41. My goal is now, obviously I still want to build muscle to a degree, but I want to control the muscle I've got and maintain the muscle I've got. I don't want to be losing 1% of muscle, 2% of muscle a year, because what will happen is I'll get more brittle. If I start getting arthritis, I'll find it harder to carry stuff and pick stuff up. So you've got to get into that habit, people. Your goal is on this fat loss journey in your life is to get stronger over time, be more flexible over time. You know what I mean? So muscle matters, strength training is important. I'm not saying you have to be a bodybuilder. I'm not saying you have to do personal best of flipping 200 kg squats and 300 kg deadlifts. I'm saying progressive overload over time and keep building muscle and feed that body protein every single day. You want to be training at least 3 to 4 times a week. That's females and males. Every muscle group, every muscle in your body. Muscle's important, people. This is another one that people need to understand, and this is why If you notice, I started this journey last year, July. We're in January, so that's what? How many months has that been? 6 months. 6 months I've dropped about £22, £23, something like that. And I've took my time. I haven't rushed it. I haven't killed myself with cardio. I haven't cut no food dramatic. I'm still eating fatty lamb chops. I'm eating chicken thighs. I'm eating chicken drumsticks. I've still got carbohydrates in my Ray Dream. Still have sweet potato, have potato, I have sourdough bread. I have all these things, people. And this is what I'm saying. Before, I had an unhealthy mindset where I focused on, like I said, I love bodybuilding. I focused on the bodybuilding protocol where, oh, I've got to cut this out eventually to drop more weight. I've got to cut this out. But the human body, naturally, like I said, things take time. We're not supposed to drop 3 or 4 stone in 2 months, 3 months. It's not sustainable and it's not healthy. And in order to drop that amount of weight in time, you've got to cut out a big amount of volume of food, or get really active and do a crazy amount of steps or a crazy amount of cardio over time. So again, I'm not saying you can't have a goal, but have a realistic goal where you can get there the way I'm getting there. Like by the end of this year, I will be around 16 stone 7, 16 stone 6, lean as hell. It's took me time, like I said, but I don't mind, but this is forever. I will never put back on that 3.5 stone, 4 stone ever again. So if you've got a goal, like for example, you want to go to Jamaica and you're 3-4 stone overweight, set that goal for at least a year and a half and book in a year and a half's time. Don't start booking in July or August this year if you've got 4 or 5 stone to drop. I'm not saying you can't drop 4 or 5 stone in 6 months. You can, but is it going to be sustainable? And how hard do you have to cut your food and how active do you have to be in that time? The body is a very smart machine. Everybody's got a certain body fat and a shape that is under their body fat. Everyone's got a great physique under their body fat, what they have. So if you eat the right foods, train the right way, and be active the right way, that body fat will drop off naturally over time. You know what I mean? I've yo-yoed a lot over my life, and it's not based on I've been sloppy or been disciplined, but I've done dramatic diets for 3 months, 4 months, where I've done a lot of cardio, I've cut down a lot of food, and I've rushed it and compressed it, where I've done it so much, you're naturally gonna crave and bounce back and wanna rebound and eat a lot of shitty foods again, because your mindset's like, oh my God, I wanna eat this, I enjoy this. But if you take your time over time, and have a goal, have a vision, have a plan, and aim for example, 3 to 4 pounds a month. You work that over 2 years. What's that? That's like 44, 88 pounds. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to lose that much, but if someone's got a goal, you know what I mean? You work at your goal over time. £4 is healthy and sustainable a month, and you're not killing it. You can still enjoy certain meals. If you want to be more aggressive, don't go back to the sloppy food. Don't drink no alcohol, cut it out for about 100 days and then implement it back in gradually. It all depends how aggressive you want to be, but you don't need to kill yourself with a lot of cardio. You don't need to be eating lettuce and lentils and kidney beans every single day with a bit of tuna to get in shape. You can eat the ribeye steaks, the sirloin steaks. It doesn't have to be a fillet steak. You can eat salmon, it doesn't have to be cod. You know what I mean? Keep that protein high and manipulate your carbs and your fats how you want and how your body suits you. I hope that makes sense. We have got 5 minutes left, people. So I'll throw in a couple of bonus ones. And I will say this one as well. This is another one for me when I first started. There's no perfect time to start. Consistency is key, not perfection. And what I mean by that is, there'll be people out there, even females and males, you're waiting for your best legging sets. You're waiting for the best time to go to the gym. You won't go on a Tuesday because you miss Monday. So you'll start all the way back Monday. You'll wait till January the 1st or the beginning of the month. If you're 3 months into the year, you think the year's ruined, so you'll squander the whole year to start January the 1st all the way back. new year, new me and all that. There's no perfect time and there's no such thing as perfection. It's just consistency. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? If you had a Chinese yesterday on a Sunday and you trained, guess what? Back to the regime on Monday, back to your walking, back to the routine, go to the gym and you crack on. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with having a day where you want to fall off. And I don't mean fall off by crashing and doing a crazy binging and drinking all day, but I'm saying you're entitled to have certain foods, you're entitled to have a drink, but only you know if you've earned that drink and you deserve that drink. I don't mean drink every day, I mean if you're going to go out with your friends and you genuinely earn it and you think, you know what, I've worked hard for the last month, whatever, I've dropped this amount of weight, I'm feeling better, go and enjoy it guilt-free. But if you're just focused on a cheat meal every Friday or every Saturday, you're going to defeat the object of getting in shape, because your actual plan is just to eat. It doesn't work that way, people. It doesn't work that way. But consistency over time always works. Don't aim for perfection. I'm not perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect yet. My body's still soft. I'm not lean yet. You know what I mean? Got no core really yet. But I've dropped a lot of weight and I'm happy and I'm pleased. You know what I mean? So it's not me being hard on myself, but you got to, like I said to you earlier, you have to be real to yourself before someone comes to you and says, oh, whatever. You've got to critique yourself and be honest with yourself. Have an uncomfortable conversation with yourself. Even when it comes to food, do I deserve to eat this today? Have I worked really hard in the gym today? Have I been hanging around all day? Be honest to yourself. You know what I mean? But no matter what, consistency over perfection. If you're eating 320 times a day over the year, healthy and clean, the other 45 days in that year is fine to have messy days. I wouldn't have 45 messy days, but I'm just saying consistency outpowers perfection. Don't feel guilty when you're having certain foods. If you're going on a holiday with your partner, just enjoy it. As long as you know your regime is always on point and you don't neglect it. And this is going to be my final one, people. We've got, just checking the time. We have got, come on, second ages to come on. We've got 2 minutes quickly. So my last one will be, people, and this is my favorite one over everything, is mindset. And this is going to hurt a few people. If you can't maintain a new regime or this lifestyle just for a week, your mindset is weak. You've got to build that engine, build that discipline in your head. You've got to block out the demons. You're always making the demons win. I know you're sitting there thinking, what the frig are the demons? I mean, when you're in bed in the morning and then demons are saying, stay in bed half an hour longer, you do. When you've got chocolate in your fridge and you know you've had all your meals and you shouldn't be having it, them demons are telling you, it's alright, go and have it. You crack and go and have it. When you know you've been up late night and you know you got work in the morning, you need that sleep, them demons are saying, you know what, watch another episode on Netflix, you crack. Don't build a strong mindset, people. There's nothing wrong with saying no, I'm not having it. Even to your friends, don't be a yes person. If they're going out on a messy one and you know you can't handle the temptation, say no. I'm not going tonight, I've got to do things in the morning, I've got to go for a walk, I've got to go to the gym, I'm not doing it. Build that mindset, people. But that's all from me. Walk and talk with me. Episode 4. Harsh realities, things that you don't want to hear. Fat loss advice. We keep it moving, we keep improving, and dare to be different.